Hey,
Okay.
everybody out there in Radio Land, your buddy Johnny Rock, and we are honored to have back one of our most favorite special guests, Caroline Cotto. Hi, Caroline.
Hi, Johnny. I'm so happy to be here. Bayou Sun is finally out in the world.
Yay! We've been waiting. We've been waiting. How long have we been waiting? Uh, I mean, when we first had you on, we played Cherry Red, and
Yes,
we played the video, and then A Mama to Cry To, and that was about a year ago, huh?
about a year ago. And then we talked for the release of Bayou Sun, the single,
Right,
last month. Mhm.
right. And so tell everybody. So Bayou Sun. Is this is your first full album release?
This is my debut album.
Debut album. All right, right on. I think that word debut. Uh, and so
Yes,
how long has it been in the making?
it's been an odyssey. I feel my whole life from New York to Paris to London, now New Orleans. But recording wise, I recorded Cherry Red first in 2021. And no, actually, A Mama to Cry To in 2020. That was the first. I recorded in Abita Springs, Louisiana, and then I recorded Cherry Red in 2021. And then I started recording in Nelson's studio, Techno Sound Studio in Baton Rouge last year. So it's been an odyssey. It's been my rock and roll odyssey.
Right on, rock and roll, baby. And, and, and before we get into the cuts, who tell everybody for our new listeners, who were some of your influences?
Oh, well, since we're here right now, Elvis Presley. I'm wearing my leather jacket in honor of the 68 comeback
Hey,
special
Elvis wants to see. He wants to.
and his
Oh yeah.
wonderful performance.
So what's that on your jacket?
Oh, it's just a leather jacket, his ensemble for the comeback
Uh-huh.
special, all leather. I wanted to honor him, so I'm wearing my leather jacket.
Right on. And what's the pins?
The pins, there's no pins. It's just a part of the
Oh,
part
okay.
of the yes.
Yeah, I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. And so okay, so Elvis and who else?
Wow. Okay. So I love blues music. Uh, I love Howlin' Wolf. I love Lightning Hopkins. Also, the counterpart to Elvis, I love Wanda Jackson. I mean, there's so many amazing artists, all music. I love Otis Redding. I was just thinking about him today. I love soul music, Aretha Franklin. Oh, there's so many artists who inspire me that I just feel just honored, and I just soak in their work and their artistry, and it just comes out into my own sound.
Right on, right on. So let's talk about the first song, which is the title track, Bayou Sun. Tell everybody about the birth of Bayou Sun.
Bayou Sun. Well, this is a very special track. It was the first track that I recorded in Nelson's studio in Baton Rouge. It features Chris Layden on drums, David Hyde on bass. We have Jason Parfait on saxophone. Nelson does background vocals and piano, and I do vocals and guitar. And this song is me celebrating New Orleans. It's my home. I've traveled a very long way. I left New York at a very young age on my own to live in Paris, France. And then I moved to London. And then finally, I felt the South calling me and I came here. So it's my arrival. It's celebrating love, life, dreams, the power of your dreams, and anything's possible. But you have to believe in it and have faith. And so the Bayou Sun is my paradise. It's my
Right
home.
on. And I'll be going to Paris real soon myself. Well, Paris, Texas. But you mentioned Nelson, so you're on a first name basis with him. So to let everybody out there in Radio Land know, Nelson Blanchard, she's referring to Nelson Blanchard, and he's a legend in music. Um, and so he's got a recording studio there in Baton Rouge. How you say it?
Yes, Baton Rouge.
Right on. Well, what an honor to work with Nelson. He's a great guy. He's very personable. And so um, go ahead and introduce Bayou Sun for everybody. We can give it a listen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Caroline Cotto, and you're listening to my song, Bayou Sun.
Drive down to the Delta, baby. Won't you come? Won't you come? I know that you've been blue and lonesome. Grab your keys, follow the moss trees, my love. Hold my face in your mind till you see the Bayou Sun. Clutching your pillow like a crucifix, you call my name into the night. You don't want to work no more, you're tired of the city life. Well, pack up your pain, don't look back. Highway 51 in your red Cadillac. Follow the scent of my perfume and you'll be home soon. Drive down to the Delta, baby, won't you come? Won't you come? I know that you've been blue and lonesome. Grab your keys, follow the moss trees, my love. Hold my face in your mind till you see the Bayou Sun. On my porch in a dress of blue, ooh, dancing to visions of our love. Now our life can begin. I throw the mother boys to the wild wind. Bring the champagne, I hear the church bells for us. Drive down to the Delta, baby, won't you come? Won't you come? I know that you've been blue and lonesome. Grab your keys, follow the moss trees, my love. Hold my face in your mind till you see the Bayou Sun. All right. Now we're married and have a dog. Yes, we do. Barking all them fools off our lawn. If they cross our tracks, I'll send them to the graveyard with a bottle of Jack. Yeah, baby, I know what they know too. Drive down to the Delta, baby, won't you come? Won't you come? I know that you've been blue and lonesome. Grab your keys, follow the moss trees, my love. Hold my face in your mind till you see the Bayou Sun. Ooh, ooh.
All right, yeah, we've been playing this track for the last month or so, and it does have that kind of. I could hear Elvis. Elvis could have done this song.
Mm, Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, well, you never know with AI. With AI nowadays, you might just record it.
I would love that. He's such an inspiration because you really see his soul and his passion for the music that he was inspired by. He honored Black music, he honored gospel music. It was so embedded in his soul, and it came out through his voice and through his movement and through his life. He was such a special person. When I first saw him, it was like, wow, that was like heaven. Just the sound of the voice, his vibrato, just the way he presented himself. He really embodied music, and he's such an inspiration. See, you get me emotional, Johnny Rock, talking about Elvis.
Right on. Yeah, I've heard experts, I've heard voice experts say that Elvis could have very well been an opera singer if he wanted to be.
Oh yes, 100%.
And what do they call that? Octaves or
Octaves, yeah.
what is it?
His octave range, he had high octave range, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, what do they call that when operatic? When you can go from such to such. Is that a range?
Yes, his octave, yeah, his range, his vocal
Okay.
range. Yeah.
I'm home on the range. All right, so let's talk about the next song, Pen, Paper, and Lipstick. Tell us about that one.
Well, those are the three things I always carry with me. It's my holy trinity. I lived in London. Like when I moved to Paris, I didn't know anyone. And then after my time in Paris came to a close, I moved to London. And I was just so open. I was like, okay, let me just go. I don't know anyone, but I had nothing to lose. I was young and just full of determination to find a community of people, of musicians to thrive in. And London has a lot of my inspirations. And the first music I listened to was the Beatles. So I was ecstatic to be in Britain, like just to be in this hotbed of just inspiration. So I was super excited, and I wrote the song. I was with my friend who I'm very close with, who's a brilliant artist, Stephanie McKenzie. She lives in Paris still. I met her, and we're artistic soulmates. And I lived with her in Paris, and she visited me in London, and we were walking down the street. And I said, I feel like the three things I always have with me are my pen, paper, and lipstick. And she responded and said, that's a good song title. And then the inspiration struck, and I started writing it. So it's about my life. It's just about traveling and about the three things I love. And I love wearing red lipstick, and I always carry a pen and paper in my bag. I don't feel comfortable if I don't have it. It just feels like a safety. And I've always done this since I was little. I've carried a pen and paper. So it's just honoring that, and it's about my travels as well. It also features Chris Layden on drums as well.
All right, let's give it a lesson. Let's give it a listen. It's a lesson too. All right.
Yes.
Here's Pen, Paper, and Lipstick with Caroline Cotto.
Got my pen, paper, lipstick, honey. Been around the world, earning my money. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodoo woman, singing from cafes to faraway countries. You're all head, and I'm all heart. Swing it over here, swing it over here. Swing it over here, swing it over here, baby. Let's get lost. Got my pen, paper, lipstick, honey, painted to gold on the London road, with 1,000 burning suns above me. A dove rises from the dark ashes. It's all love, not luck. Swing it over here, swing it over here, swing it over here, swing it over here, baby.
I love that one. And again, I always keep having my new favorites.
Mhm.
We haven't gotten to my new favorite. That's my new
Okay.
favorite. I have a new favorite too that's coming up.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear it.
But I wanted to ask you before we move on, and I saw you post this on Facebook where people ask you all the time, how were you able to travel? Like, how were you able to go to London and Paris and all at such a young age? Like, in other words, like, I know you just did it, but how were you able to, like, the what did you do for work and stuff like that?
Well, I graduated from New York University and I studied music, French, and creative writing. And I graduated college, and I think on my college graduation, like we had our college graduation at Yankee Stadium. And then right
Oh,
after, right after I watched The Graduate, it was just like, it felt like, I was like, let me watch The Graduate after I'm graduating. And music was always, I never had a plan B. I mean, education was always important in my life. I studied classical literature. It was important part of my home education. So I went to college, but I was like, okay, what do I do next? Like, no one in my family were musicians. My dad played guitar, but he didn't pursue it. So I didn't really know anyone that pursued that life. So I was just like, what do I do next? I had this passion and desire, and I knew that I had to pave my own path because I didn't have any help around me, that I didn't have a guideline. It felt like being an artist was like reaching sainthood. I didn't have a roadmap, so I just created my own path. So I have always was inspired by French literature and the French language. I studied it, and I've been speaking it for over 15 years. So it felt natural after I graduated. I was like, let me go to Paris, France. Let me be Hemingway went to Paris, Miles Davis went to Paris. All these artists left America to go to Paris. So I was like, now I want to like honor that and create my own life and experiences. And I had a very romanticized idea of Paris because I was dreaming of the 1920s and the 50s, where uh artistry was just so important and valued. It was just part of the lifestyle. The saloons and the artists would meet and the philosophers would talk in the Paris bars and have these great ideas and write all day. So I was very inspired by that. So I just did research. I actually was an au pair in Paris, France. So I taught English to French families and I stayed with them. So I've been working with children most of my life too, in education and teaching children. So it was felt like the perfect opportunity. So I did that, and I moved in with a French family, and I did that. That's how I survived. And music. And then I had my guitar in my suitcase, and I started exploring the city. Paris became my playground, and also the kindness of strangers. I feel that I have a strong faith in God, and I knew that music, no matter what happened to me, I knew that God was leading me in the right direction. So I had a strong faith too. So when one opportunity seemed like a failure, another opportunity would open up. And so I went to that direction. I was always being led, no matter how hard the situation or circumstance was. Knew I was always being led. So through the kindness of people, through my own faith, that's what kept me going. And I arrived here in New Orleans.
Very cool. So I was thinking you would fantasize about Paris and France
Yes,
in the Roaring '20s, and now
yes.
you're in New Orleans in the '20s.
Oh, that's right. That's so good.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
the
I like
'20s.
that.
We're back in the '20s.
Yes.
So tell us about Young Girl in the City. Should we speak on the subject?
Well, I'm a born and raised New Yorker, and Run Girl in the City is my song about New York. I wanted a song to honor the city I was born in. And I just sound wise, I love Bruce Springsteen. So the album Born to Run was an influence on that song in particular, and his song 10th Avenue Freeze Out. So I just wanted a song that encapsulated my time in New York, had that grit and that groove, but it has a very Southern groove. And I wrote it. I remember writing it. I wrote it in New Orleans, and I have on this track Eddie Bayers, who's a country Hall of Fame drummer. He's a Nashville icon. He's recorded with the Beach Boys, Dolly Parton, Elton John. He plays on 6 tracks of this album. So
Wow.
that was very exciting to have him play. It was wow. And also on this song, I have Ronnie Eads, who's the co-founder of the Muscle Shoals Horns section. So,
Whoa.
and I've always loved the music from Muscle Shoals too.
That is so impressive.
Yeah, I've listened to those records my whole life. You know, Wilson Pickett, Aretha Franklin, like I mentioned, so many amazing artists that have inspired me from Muscle Shoals in that studio. So it's just, it felt like a kismet, like just the stars were aligning for me with this album. I've had all these inspirations held within me throughout all my travels, and once I arrived here, it just came together.
Right on. I love that. What a great story. All right, well, here it is. Young Girl in the City with Caroline Cotto.
Man, can you spare some time? Paint my pain into a starry night. I know the stars ain't a dime, but dreams are better in the moonlight. All the drunks crowd me in the streets, and the gray lines have left cafes. I ride the subway downtown, and I hear them big boys say, I'm a young girl in the city. I'm a young girl in the city, but I'll find my way. I'll find my way. I'll find my man. Can you bear your soul? Lost my love down the avenue. Radio blast, I'm free at last. All my tears slip through the sidewalk cracks. I'm tired of all these old hands trying to tell me who I am. They all wanna fill me up, but I ain't no station. I'm a young girl in the city. I'm a young girl in the city, but I'll find my way. I'll find my way. I'll find my way. The whole world knows my name. I bust them out, shut them down, and I hear them all say, baby, I wear red lips and white eyes, sad tongue. I rumble around this little hotel called Manhattan. I'm a young girl in the city. I'm a young girl in the city, but I'll find my way. I'll find my way. I'll find my young girl in the city. I'll find my way. Young girl in the city. I'll find my way.
Another great one. That's going to be a hit. I think all these songs are going to be a hit, and to have all
Thank
these
you.
legendary musicians on it can't hurt at all. Yeah, it definitely. And this album's already getting international attention.
It was an honor for me to be played on the BBC. I remember when I lived in London, I would stare at the BBC building. When I would get off the tube, I would look at the building. I told myself one day I'm going to be played on here. And 7 years later, now it was a dream. That's why faith is so important to me, and just having a strong belief no matter what.
Right on. I dig that. I dig that.
Yes.
All right. Coming up next, we have Come Closer. Tell us about this song.
Come Closer, I wrote when I was a teenager. It's amazing that a lot of the songs on this record I wrote when I was a teenager, and now they're coming to life now. Come Closer also has Eddie Bayers on drums, and Jason Parfait on saxophone. And I wrote it after reading Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I love Russian literature, and I read Lolita for the second time, and then just his language, the way he would describe things, I just was very inspired. It was so vivid in my mind that I wrote Come Closer, inspired by that.
Can you speak Russian?
No.
Oh, I was going to ask you to introduce a song in Russian, but that's okay.
No.
Go ahead and give it an intro.
Hello, Caroline Cotto here, and this is my song, Come Closer.
All right. Okay. All right. Another great song. And this next song, I love the title, because when I first saw the title, first thing I thought of was Mystery Train.
Yes. Yes.
The song's called Mystery Ride.
Yes.
Any relation?
No, I didn't think of it once while I was writing it, but after I wrote it, I just noticed the connection. I just feel sometimes when you're inspired by things, they just come out of you, and then you make the connection afterwards. And I mean, I love Mystery Train, Elvis, and the beautiful work he produced with Scotty Moore and others in Sun Studios. So yeah, that was a pleasant. After I wrote it, I was like, oh, that connection.
Yeah, right on. Today is the anniversary of the day that Elvis, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins went on tour together.
That is, what a show. I would have loved to be there.
Yeah, I think it was Abilene, Texas was their first show. And that was
that is amazing.
Yeah, 1956, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember. I was around back then,
Right. So let's give it a listen. Here's Mystery Ride with Caroline Cotto.
Pick me up, little buttercup, by the jukebox I wait for your truck, singing every note like your heartbeat. The city has dark Baby, fluff my feathers, don't be a dull duck. My lips burn the pain from you, from the highway to the crescent moon. Let's dream easy, racing through the downtown lights, past the speed limit to paradise. I see love written on the wind tonight, as we go down and down and down this mystery ride. As we go down and down and down this mystery ride. As we go down and down and down this mystery ride. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na na.
All right, now this is the one I'm excited about. This is my new favorite. It's called "Stay." It reminds me. It's got that feeling of a mama to cry to, but that sultry bluesy rock. A little mixture of all. Tell us about "Stay."
I wrote Stay too when I was a teenager. I was around 18 or 19 after a heartbreak.
So this
And
was
I
like
was
five, this was like 5-6 years ago.
Yes, 5, 6 years
Okay.
ago. Yeah. But yes. And wow, I've sang this song in New York City clubs, just me and acoustic guitar. This song has been with me, I feel, my whole life. And the way this song came out was a dream, how I always envisioned it. I also have Ronnie Eads on this song, Eddie Bayers, also two other Louisiana musicians, Chris Bellew and Lacey Blackledge. It's one of my favorites too, because I wrote it when I was so young. It's nice. And I love soul ballads. I love Otis Redding. I've been loving you for too long.
Hmm.
So it's one of my favorites too.
All
And
right,
I love
right.
just the
Now,
tremolo guitar.
now, I know you speak French, so I want you to introduce this song in French, but you got to say Johnny Rock and Roll Radio too.
Okay. Bonjour tout le monde, c'est ma chanson. Stay.
I know my heart is stained with your name. Our love sinks and it brings your beauty resounds, breaking the walls of my misery. And oh, I crumble with the pieces of you, and I'm no longer tattered nor bruised, but I live in a lover's slumber, and you open the gate of my dreams, and I become deaf from the thunder as you whisper sweet songs to me. And why won't you stay, 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 stay with me? I need you, baby, as much as you need me. And why won't you stay, 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 stay with me? I don't want the devil to be her company. Why won't you stay, 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 stay with me? I need you, baby, as much as you need me. Then why won't you stay, 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 stay with me? I don't want the devil to be her company.
All right. Oh God, I do love that one. All right, so this next song we actually have a video to play for this one, and
Yeah.
this was your first music video, correct?
Yes.
Okay, tell us about Cherry Red and the video.
I am of Puerto Rican heritage. So for this song, I wanted to embrace being a woman of Puerto Rican descent in rock and roll and blues music, and just present myself. To me, red is my favorite color. Red to me represents passion and desire, and there's so much imagery with the color red. I just wanted to represent one's freedom, like the red cup, and individuality of expressing yourself. And so for me, it's all the beautiful facets of being a human: love, pain, loss, desire, is embracing cherry red. So that's my I guess it's a girl power song.
Yeah, right on. One day I hope you can go back and buy that Mustang.
Yes, it's my friend Will who lives in New Orleans. I knew that was gonna be perfect for the video. I love Mustangs. Oof. It was just perfect.
Oh, one day I hope you have a whole fleet of them.
Yes.
Here is Cherry Red with Caroline Cotto, and for you folks watching, you get to watch the video. we have another video. 2 videos in a row.
Yeah.
So again, this was my original favorite. A Mama to Cry To. And it's a great video too. But tell us about the making of the song and what it's about.
Okay, I love the video too. It has a lot of imagery of New Orleans, the Spanish Moss, the bridge. It represents there's 2 worlds in the song. There's the world with the nature out. It's kind of the dream world. And then there's the regular world, the world within yourself. So I was just like exploring those 2 facets of myself, with me and the guitar, alone in a home, and then, you know, as the chorus comes, there's the dream world and nature and peace. So yeah, as the song is describes my journey as an artist, of how no matter how far you travel, you need someone to cry to, someone to tell you, to just to be there for you. And it was a very long journey to me. I'm very vocal about my journey and what I've been through, because I want other artists to be inspired by that it's possible. And in the chorus I say, where's my home? Because for a long time I didn't know where my home was. I was going back and forth from just different countries, different towns, different places. And so it's about that journey, and then arriving finally in that dream state. And the more I think about it, that dream state is the Bayou Sun. You know, I'm in the glamour in a home, and then the dream state is like the Bayou Sun, where the Spanish Moss is. So it was kind of just, I like that transition into those 2 worlds.
I am at the crossroads, and I cheats and he lies too. Where is my home? My home. Where is my home? Home. Where is my home? My home. Where is my home? Home. Where is my home? My home. My home. Where is my home?
All right. And the next track is called Awake to Love.
Yeah.
Tell us about this.
Awake to love. Well, I believe that love is always the answer. And that was I wrote that during the time when the world was going through turmoil with a lot of things that have happened through the past couple of years. And this was my response to it, was that we need to awake to love. The song is a reggae song. When I write a song, I don't particularly dictate beforehand, this song is going to be a reggae, this is going to be a blues, the song just transformed into that way, and I kind of respect the journey of the song, and it came out that way. I've always loved Bob Marley. I love his album Exodus, so naturally the song came out that way, and it's my song for the world, to awake to love. And that it's really the answer to the global consciousness. The more people awake to love and are guided through love through their actions, no matter how small in their daily lives, it really impacts the global world, and it will reflect. So that's my song.
Right on. And you mentioned that the world was going through a lot of turmoil at the time you wrote it. When was that? What was going on?
That was around 2020. So
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, and there was a lot going on. And there certainly is a lot going on right now in the world. So now is a very appropriate time to play this song as well. Here's Awake to Love with Caroline Cotto.
Okay, I'm ready. God bless the innocent. They learn from lies. Man throws bombs in a child's eyes. Hate grows when one's asleep. Awake to love on the city streets. Awake to love on the city streets. Man poisons our waters. Man kills our sons and daughters in a chill or summer's heat. Awake to love on the city streets. Awake to love on the city streets. Why is my blood on your hands? On your hands. Why is my blood on your hands? Oh, tell me, turn into greed? How can the silence truly speak? Wake to love on the city streets. Wake to love on the city streets. Why is my blood on your hands? On your hands. Why is my blood on your hands? Oh, tell me, we need freedom. No, in a burning corpse, smoke rises on the concrete. Wake to love on the city streets. Wake to love on the city streets. Wake to love. 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 Awake to love. Awake to love.
Well, that's beautiful. Beautiful lyrics
Thank you.
from a beautiful heart. All right.
Thank you.
And so the next track is which I love this title. Heaven is in my hands. Oh, and I just happen to have my I didn't do that on purpose.
Yes.
I'll just tell us about Heaven is in my hands.
Well, I've had the guitar, the progression on the guitar for a while. I was playing that. Sometimes the song comes to me through a lyric or a riff on the guitar. And so I was finger picking those chords for a while, and I was sitting down and playing them. And that line just came to me, heaven is in my hands. I like to conclude the album on a note of all the lessons that I've learned throughout my journey, because this album is about my journey. And I felt it was fitting to conclude on that note of my message of what I learned is that truly heaven is in your hands. You control your fate. You can't control other people, but you control how you react and what you do. And it's about that reflection of all my journey that I wanted to sing about and express.
Right on. That reminds me, just this morning, I this new thing I'm doing, encouraging words every morning. There was a quote in there about you may not be able to change the world, but you can change your world.
Exactly.
And what is your definition of heaven?
I believe it's
That's a big one.
I feel it's different for every person, but definitely I believe happiness. The happiness in your daily life is heaven. To feel joy out of things that you love and to find your purpose and passion. For me, it's music. I've always felt compelled to write and sing music, and it is my superpower. And so I feel heaven for people is what your passion is and your desire. And it makes me sad that when I talk to most people, not everyone, but a lot of people, they don't know what sets their heart on fire. They're still searching for that. So I feel blessed that after all these years, through all my struggles and triumphs, that I could present this song into the world, and it's my service. Like, here, be inspired by it, listen to it, feel comfort, because I felt those feelings. And I always gravitated towards artists who expressed the same feelings I felt when I would read a line in Russian literature, and I would feel so strongly the same feeling. I was like, there's people out there like us. So this is why music is so important, and art and expression, and people need to express themselves and not be afraid of judgment. And heaven is in your hands. It truly is.
Amen, sister. All right, and here it is. Heaven is in my hands with Caroline Cotto on Johnny Rock and Roll Radio.
Crossing countries in a red dress and bright lipstick, I pour out the wine that made me sick. Into the sea, the peace from my belly is set free. And now I see heaven is in my hands. It's in my hands. Heaven is in my hands. My hands. Learning to fight the devil in a lonely place. I took the pen from him and wrote a story of faith. All I see is true love and the power of music. Heaven is in my hands. It's in my hands. Heaven is in my hands. My hands. Palm trees dance in my eyes. I lay down in paradise. The clouds part from the sun. I smile, I do not run to cities and strangers. I found you, no longer living in danger. I found heaven is in my hands. It's in my hands. Heaven is in my hands. My heaven is in my hands. It's in my hands. Heaven is in my hands. My hands.
All right, what a great album! What a great. And so tell everybody where can they get it? How can they get it?
It is streaming on all platforms. You could buy it on Bandcamp. It's everywhere, all the streaming platforms, on my website, www.carolinecotto.com, and enjoy it. It's for you.
Right on. And for our listeners, anytime you want to request any of these tracks, all you do is just either on our app or on the website, just go to request a song and type in Caroline Cotto. You'll see all her tracks, and you can make up to 3 requests a day. I mean, 3 requests an hour and up to 10 a day. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can request the whole album in one day. I like that. All right. And so,
And thank you so much, Johnny, for supporting me through all these
oh,
years. I
absolutely.
really appreciate it. Mhm.
Love the music and give everybody your social media.
I'm everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Caroline Cotto, Cotto, on Instagram, Cotto.Caroline. I'm on Twitter, TikTok. Just search Caroline Cotto and I'll be there.
I'll be there. All right, right on. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Johnny. It's a pleasure as always.